Welcome to the jungle. This is Farm Talk Friday. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna.
Hi, my love.
Hi, Angel. You look wonderful.
Yeah, do you like my little stripe?
You got a little stripe of hair there.
Yeah, I thought that to be authentic, I would come from the field. I did have time to put on a little bit of mascara and just a little lip stuff, but this is kind of the look my hair takes on.
Yeah.
After working outside.
Hey, we do this show pretty much every Friday. We're coming to you live right now from Costa Rica, southern tip of the Nicoya Peninsula. And I'm just gonna turn that down. Okay. Yeah, we moved down here 10 years ago. In 3 days.
In 3 days?
In 3 days will be our 10-year anniversary. Moving to Costa Rica from Los Angeles. I used to be in a band called the Crystal Method. Giovanna has an amazing nonprofit called Green Wave. Check them out at greenwave.eco. She's also an amazing tantric yoga teacher.
Amazing is... Anyway, thank you, honey.
I like amazing.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I would like to make an announcement that, I know some of you are like watching Stranger Things and White Lotus and a bunch of this other stuff. But if you really want to stream some amazing content on the internet, you've got to go to our YouTube playlist. Farm Talk Friday, all of the shows are available on YouTube. I'm going to be posting a link right here, right after we talk. And I'm going to keep it up to date forever because Facebook only allows videos to stay active now for 30 days. So
it goes.
Yeah, so they're always going to be on Facebook.
You mean YouTube?
On YouTube, and I'm going to try to always keep the link maybe pinned to the top or something like that. I don't know.
How many episodes do we have?
We have, this could be like 203 or 204 or something like that.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we do them weekly, not like daily. It's like, what's wrong with us?
And,
okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
What, 203? We missed 200?
Yeah, we did 200 from Uvita. We didn't know it.
Rachel!
Yeah.
Our special guest on that one. You were number 200. Congratulations, in case you're watching.
Yeah. So we either do the shows here on the Green Wave House page or on Giovanna's page, which is, what is the name of your page? Giovanna Jordan?
I mean, my profile is Giovanna Jordan.
Yeah. Or on my page, Ken Jordan. So we try to rotate it. So check us out. Every Friday, Farm Talk Friday, where we first always like to talk about the advertisement that we posted for this week's show. Seemed to be like a kitchen scene or something. What was going on there?
Yeah, well, I was just proud of my processing. So we have a Freehold Apollo tree. It's a bean tree, and we had just enough to, do some processing on it. It's kind of at that, it's like, okay, it's too much for just like making new seedlings out of it, but it's not enough for like a cup of beans. So we're gonna have to wait for the next flush and or some of the other trees to give their fruits also.
All right.
Okay, and so anyway, so the scene was, can you guys see my little injury?
Oh, yeah, I see.
We got home from Mexico. We were there for Art Week, and then I almost immediately go outside every trip that we come home if there's still some daylight and do something. And I was like sweeping our driveway, because what are all these leaves doing on the driveway? They could be mulch, and so it was bothering me. And so I went out there and I did it all, and I was really proud. And then I got in and I was like, oh man, like that's gonna turn into a blister. But sometimes I'm impatient, and so I just ripped the skin off, and now, yeah.
Hey, we have new skin.
Yeah, new skin coming in. Okay, so what did you ask? What were we talking about? The ad?
Yeah.
Freehold. It was different stages of the bean pods. So it was them deshelled as like the little dried beans, and then an open pod where it starts to kind of twist, and then one that was like brown and unopened, and then green, like a slightly more green one, which I'm drying outside because those aren't ready to be dried beans yet. So we had an accident with the beans last night. Ken and I heard something in bed.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, and it didn't sound like anything broke, but it was quite loud.
I thought something just fell off the shelf in the bathroom, but...
Yeah, I knew something happened, and I was too tired. I didn't want to deal with it. And Ken gets up before I do, and so he saw it. It was the beans all over the floor.
Our cat Scratch.
Scratch.
He's a wonderful kitty. He likes to push things. He likes to get things up on his glands, up on his whiskers, and push. And so he just pushed him off the table.
Yeah. Or I had it on the floor, or he jumped on it.
It was on the floor.
Yeah, and so he could have just like jumped on it, and it went like flying and making noise. And
yeah,
so
that's really interesting.
The thing with the dried bean pods is that they're kind of brittle because naturally they're going to like pop open and try to reseed itself. So when those hit the floor, they pop open, and so I had to go collecting the little beans this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them. Not all of them did that, but...
You also were processing a beautiful big cacao.
Yeah.
This week?
I was.
Yeah.
So...
Take any pictures?
Yeah,
Okay.
I took a picture. I did.
Maybe that's artwork for next week.
So I have a picture... Gosh, I think I posted it, but I also thought I gave Ken the artwork earlier. So I'm going to do a little photo dump on the Green Wave House page that you're on right now if you're watching live, and it'll have some extra pictures from the last few days since we've gotten home. Okay, where are we at?
Well, I was going to talk
about your project.
Yeah, I'm talking about my project, my potato bags project. We have these bags that are designed to grow potatoes in. They have a flap to open up to harvest the potatoes. We're in the early stages of the donor potato. We're trying to get them to sprout.
Does it need better soil?
I don't know.
Kind of looked like it made zero progress over the week.
Kind of looks zero progress. It's a work in progress. If this fails, I think I want to try whole potatoes as the donor potatoes instead of the cut.
Yeah,
I cut one potato in 4, but I think we were supposed to wait 15 days, and I think it's been 15 days. So
I think it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen zero progress.
Yeah.
But don't worry. So before we went to our big trip, I thought that I had put cuttings into this box that we have in our nursery, and we came back and it was just lush, with like the vines of it, like growing all the way down, just like such a nice hairdo of, like potato leaves. I thought, I don't know where these potatoes are. I went looking for them. Like, it looks like the donors shriveled up and melted into the soil.
Yeah.
And then we just have these plants growing, and I need to look into it. Harry.
Yeah. Everything's a little harder where we live.
Help us out, Harry.
It's extreme climate. It's extremely hot right now, and in the rainy season, it's extremely rainy. And our soil's really bad clay.
Yeah, but that's not in the ground. So we do have some of these potatoes in the ground, and like I haven't seen one lately, but this was in the vivero.
Yeah.
In our nursery box.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's and it was with good soil.
Yeah, I should be doing better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reassess that.
Yeah. So whatever. Everything's an experiment in farmland.
And speaking of it being hot here, it's really hot here.
It's really hot. We came home and it looked drastically different.
Yeah, after just being gone like a week, 10 days,
Yeah, it was brown. We came home and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's only mid-February.
Yeah. It was way more green when we left. And now it's dry and brittle and brown. But that's
Yeah.
okay. It's funny. We're surprised by the season changing every year.
I know. And every year, like right before it rains, I'm really concerned.
Yeah.
Like I think like everything's gonna die because many things have, and then it's amazing. It's like it comes back, a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it changes. But I would say I'm really excited for our mulch game. Like over the years, we are, building up a mulch layer, and that looks good. I just hope, there's like no fire that sparks on its own, because that seems like it would be bad or good. If we were able to put it out without, some chemicals, just like water, I think it would like be fertilizing. Not that I'm going to start a fire.
That's right. Also, wanted to give a shout out to Jeremy Levine. He is the director of the Wild Sun Animal Rescue.
Wildlife Rescue.
Yeah, the Wild Sun Wildlife Animal Rescue. And it was his birthday just a couple of days ago, so happy birthday to Jeremy.
Happy belated, Jeremy.
Okay, honey, what else you got?
Okay, so before we left for Mexico, I decided to do an experiment. So it started with me going into our bodega, which is like a storage shed, work tool shed. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah.
So we have like our old refrigerator in there that isn't cold enough to be in the house, but it works to preserve some things better. Mm-hmm. And so we have it working, and we're a solar powered house, so we don't feel bad about having extra things. And we keep seeds in there. And unfortunately, maybe because it doesn't regulate temperature as well, there's condensation that builds up and it creates like pools. And apparently it created a piscina, a pool in Spanish, in one of the drawers where we had seeds. Very exciting.
Yeah.
It is not what you want.
No.
And so sometimes in the seed packets, the seeds are loose. And so they're in like a
paper pouch.
Yeah. And so that's bad. That's bad. Sometimes the pouches have a glossy, so sometimes I get pissed off. I'm like, why are we using this glossy shit if we're, trying to be more responsible? Well, it turns out that, that it could actually help protect in situations like this. So, in this particular circumstance, I'm kind of grateful that we had some glossy. I like the company that was using the glossy, by the way, and I think overall they're a good company. So, but sometimes there's also like, they use little plastic bags. Usually if the seeds are really small, like celery, they'll have it in an additional like smaller plastic bag. So it's easier to access and doesn't get like locked into the corners, or lost, I guess, into the corners. So, so yeah, it seemed like, all these seed packets that we had were potential complete waste or compost, but nothing's a waste in permaculture land. So I just decided that I was just going to kind of like, not throw them, but, like put them in our vivero and just see what took. And we had this one bean variety called Frijol de Pájaro, like beans of the bird. And I knew where I put them, and they are taking off.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so we have lots of those coming in, so that's super exciting, and they're edible. So I had thrown all of them in, so it's not like I was trying to grow just a few separate plants. It's like there's probably 15 plants starting, so we could cut those, make sprouts or something. But so yay, it wasn't a complete waste, and the other ones will just become part of the soil, part of the cycle. That's cool. So beans are happening, other little things. We bought a whiteboard sometimes I want to avoid things like this, but then you realize, hey, it's helpful. So after 10 years, I decided that a whiteboard was necessary, and it is helping. It is helping. I get to write my priorities for our worker on there, and we're all in agreement that it's a helpful system. And he went out of his way to write for us what he's doing every day. Did you notice that?
No, that's nice.
That was not my writing, so I was like, oh, that's cool, thank you. I didn't even tell him to do that. He just did it for himself or us. He also painted tires, so we had a bunch of tires in the garden. And
well, that was we use old tires for various things.
Yeah.
We use them as planters. We use them as cord organizers, hose organizers.
wraps.
Yeah, and they're part of some eco brick projects.
Yeah, sometimes I make seats out of them.
And we had, early on, years ago, we had painted some of them and they looked really good. But then we went through a long period where we just had the black tires out there, and I always wanted them painted the color scheme of our house. So anyway, we're doing that now and it looks really cool.
Yeah, Ken's happy, so I'm happy. But it was cute because he went out of his way. I guess Ken had said something like, I don't want any, he meant like black tires,
Yeah.
but he took it upon himself to also paint our black planters that were kind of not really meant to be painted.
He started painting everything, like steps and who knows what.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
okay.
So now he's Picasso.
Yeah.
We've called him Picasso. And that's cool. That's fun when people become passionate about something and they take it upon themselves. And I thought the stairs or the stepway that he painted was kind of a cute idea. So sometimes he does cute things and I like to look around and I'm like, hey, that was a contribution by our worker. And it kind of makes me happy. So in other news, we've had new visitors. We've had parrots coming by. So a lot of times there's parakeets. But parrots are not as often, and they're bigger. And these ones seemed like they were young. So they weren't like as big as like they get. They seemed a little bit smaller, but definitely bigger than the parakeets. And they were eating Saragundi, and I thought that was really interesting, that they were doing that. So I don't know if that's why they were attracted, and hanging out was the Saragundi or anyways. So I saw some parrots, that was cool. And then there's these, probably a migratory bird, because we don't see them all the time. Mostly white with some black. I don't know if they're like some type of Oriole?
Oriole?
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, they sound like frogs.
Okay.
They sound really weird.
Yeah.
And you would think that they were frogs if it was at night, but it's during the day. And so you know that they're not. And I saw two of them. Well, I saw like a group of 5 of them one day in the tree. And then, and I just wanted to observe them. I could have ran in the house and got the Merlin app out, but sometimes it's just like, just enjoy the moment. Like we could try to know everything. Like, what does it matter? Like just, so now I know the name of, some name that someone gave these birds. It's like, who cares? These birds are awesome. I'm just going to take it in right now because they're going to fly away at some point. So, so then I saw 2 of them later, a couple days later, and they were hanging out by this tree that I had seen a woodpecker in. And like they seemed to have scouted out the whole of what I thought was the woodpecker's home. And I don't know what's going on there, but they're either taking it over and displacing the woodpecker, or the woodpecker has moved on. I don't know what the story drama is behind the woodpecker house.
Okay.
But yeah, this has happened, and I find it very interesting. And then, do you want to say the last thing?
What about the fairies?
Well, it's related.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to say a final goodbye to my sister Lora, who led a very wild and exciting and adventurous life. And we will miss her.
Yeah. And so that was yesterday. And we're gonna, figure out our own kind of ceremony. But I had bought these beaded hummingbirds from Mexico because they were at a better price than I can get them here. So I bought a lot of them. And so I sent to her daughter today. I said, which one do you want us to dedicate to your mom? And so this is the one that she picked out. That one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
So it'll go into the fairy garden, and she said that this was Lora's favorite color.
Okay.
So this one will be dedicated to Lora.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Farm Talk Friday.